Hi Stampers, this is Marie Bennett at blackberriesandcream.net, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And in this video I'm going to show you how I made this graduation gift card, which doubles. It has two purposes. One, you can use it to send a credit card. No, you can send a gift card to a graduate and just tuck it inside there, and then it has a second thing that you pull out which has the greeting and where you would write your message. This particular gift card holder is handy because it will fit inside of a standard A2 envelope and then can be sent in the mail. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be using two stamp sets, Teeny Tiny Wishes. If you don't have this stamp set, you really need to get it. It's got messages for everything. And I'm using out of here the Happy Graduation sentiment, and that I stamped on the place where you put the gift card. So after they take their gift card off, because it's adhered with two pieces of double-sided tape, and they pull that off, Happy Graduation. The second stamp set I'm using is called Sassy Salutations, and I'm using the Congratulations stamp. It's a large stamp, as you can see on this card. It's just a very large, happy font. Alright, another thing that I'm using are these Kraft Tag A Bag gift bags from Stampin' Up! And you get 10 in a package. I don't remember what they cost, but it's not much. And it takes one bag to make the card. Okay, so we have one gift bag. Then the school colors in the town that I live in are green and black and silver and white, just depending on what's going on at the time. They have a mixture of those combinations of colors. So I'm using garden green, which is pretty close to the color of their green, and I needed a piece cut at 4 7/8 by 3 7/8. Then I need a piece of Whisper White cut at 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. I need a strip of the garden green cut 1 inch wide by 11 inches long, and I'm using a strip of the black glimmer paper, which is no longer carried by Stampin' Up, but almost any craft store has black glimmer paper. And this is a strip that is 12 inches long by 1/2 inch wide. Yes, 1/2 inch wide. And then the Happy Graduation is stamped on a piece of Whisper White that is cut at 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. In addition to those basic supplies, I'm also using the large numbers framelits dies that are for sale in the current Occasions catalog. And I'm using the 2, the 0, the 1, and the 6. And these are large numbers, as it says. They measure about, well, just slightly over 2 inches in height. And then, of course, just some basic tools like the banner punch and my trimmers. And that's about it. To turn this craft bag into a greeting card, I need to score and fold it. Now, after scoring this at 4 1/4 inches, I'm going to move it ahead 1/2 inch and score it at 4 3/4. No, I'm not. Oh my goodness, that would not have been good. Alright, I'm going to put the bottom of the bag on the 1/2 inch score mark and score it at 1/2 inch. So this will fold up like this, and this will fold down at 1/2 inch, like that. That makes it pretty thick. I need to get my bone folder out, and that's what that tool's for, making creases. Okay. Alright, so it's creased, and now I need the belly band. And that's where this 1 inch by 11 inch piece of cardstock comes in. And I want the belly band to join in the front. So I'm just going to fold it, not real tight, because I need some room to put the cards inside there. But I don't want so much room that they're not going to stay snugly. Alright, so I'm going to get a piece of tear tape and put that there. Okay, so now I want the edges of this belly band to be even, so I don't really stick it down till I'm sure they're lining up evenly. The belly band is going to hold this pocket shut. And now the basic card is ready, and we can start putting together the parts that go in the card and working on decorating the front of the card. The first thing I want to do is get my numbers cut out. For that, I'm going to use my magnetic platform and 2 acrylic plates and a piece of scrap, what's this called? Dazzling Diamonds glimmer paper. This is absolutely beautiful paper, and it's cut at 2 1/4 inches wide. And I'm just going to put my numbers on there. Okay, and then I'll put on the top acrylic plate and go run it through the Big Shot, and I'll be right back. And then I just pop the numbers out. 1602, that's the year I graduated. Or close. Okay, there we have it, 2016. I love these large number framelit dies. We've got the numbers cut out, the belly band on. The next thing I want to do is make this black glimmer paper banner that goes across the garden green, and I want it to be, you know, almost all the way across. So I'm just going to use my paper snips, cut it off, and then cut a little notch in each end. And using glue dots, I'm going to adhere that right there. And as always, I put whatever I'm trying to stick down on the glue dot rather than trying to put the glue dot on what I'm trying to stick down. Got to center it before I stick it. Okay. Alright, now these numbers, the same thing's going to happen, only I want to put the glue dot above and below this so that I'm sure that it sticks. So I'm going to use my here I just told you I put the whatever I want to stick on the glue dot rather than putting the glue dot on. Well, I lied. Alright, so I'm going to put the glue dot above and below, straight up and down. Because I want this to stick And if I try to glue it onto the glimmer paper, that might not work so good. Actually, I need to move that glue dot over. Probably would have worked better if I had put the numbers on. In fact, I think I'll do that. I'm going to start with the 2, like this. I want it to stick up above this edge a little bit. Now, if I put the 6 over here, then I can place these with proper spacing. So I'm going to stick the 6 down first. And I want one glue dot right here. I got the shakes today. Some days are worse than others. And then when I had the 6 on there, I noticed that the next one I'm going to want it to be over just a little tiny bit. So this one isn't going to go straight up. It's going to go over just a bit. Okay. Now I'm going to follow that same process and stick the 0 and the 1, evenly spacing them in that spot that I just left. Okay, so I finished this part of the card, and now I need to work on this. This is just 3 banners cut with the 3 school colors using the banner punch and some leftover cardstock. So I need a white one, a black one, and garden green. What I like about this particular design is that it's not feminine. It doesn't have any balloons or any frilly stuff on it, and I really need gift cards for boys. So I think this is going to work really well. Alright, so I'm going to make this banner arrangement by sticking them down on the gift bag with glue dots. Put the green, and it's maybe 3/8 of an inch below this serrated edge. And then the white, I do the white next because I want the black to go on top of both of those. So I'll put the white about here. And then the black over the top of the 2. Alright, and then the last thing I need to do is get some, this is basic black baker's twine. Alright, I'm going to start with 32 inches. Okay, hang down, leave enough over the edge to tie my bow, wrap it around twice, and then just tie a bow right there in the center of those 3 banners. Actually, I didn't tie a bow, I tied a knot, and I think I did that because it is for boys, and I just didn't want the bow. So I think I'll do it again, just tie a knot. And then cut it off. Split it a little so both strands are there. And that's the decorating on the bag. The next thing that we need to do is just make the cards that are inserted into the pockets, and we are finished. For this, I have already stamped Happy Graduation and put a strip of tear and tape above it so that when I send it I can just stick the card down. But I'll want to make sure that I don't stick it on that magnetic strip that's on the back of the card. Just make sure that it sticks to the actual plastic the card is made out of. Alright, so to finish this off, I want to round the corners and make 2 banners. And this banner is made from a strip that is a half of the black glimmer paper that's a 1/2 inch wide. And I want to center it in there because this banner punch is wider than a 1/2 inch. Okay, so I'm going to need one for the other, so I'll just cut them both right now. And then I need 2 of the silver banners. Alright, that's the end of the banners. What I need now is my corner rounder. This is a Project Life corner rounder. And I'm just going to slide that in and punch each of the corners. You know, I have these stuck on here with glue dots, but I think I'm going to use my stapler, my hand stapler, and staple these on in case they get jerked with a little less of a delicate pull than I might put on them. They won't come apart. So take there. So that part of the project is done. Okay. Now the part that goes in the top pocket is just a piece of 4 7/8 by 3 7/8 inch garden green and 4 3/4 by 3 3/4 whisper white. And I'm going to use my same corner rounder. I like to do them at the same time so they match. I need to stamp congratulations using garden green ink and the Sassy Salutations. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing with the banners that go at the top. I'm going to staple them. Whoops! Before I do that, I have to stick these on. These are going to have about a 1/16 of an inch border around, just a little peak of green. Ugh, boy, I do have the shakes. Okay. Now I can staple on my banners. Just want them to stick up far enough that the recipient will obviously know there's something there to pull up. Okay. Okay, so I have obviously measured incorrectly. So I'm going to figure out what size this thing really should be, and I'll be right back and give you the correct dimensions. The correct measurements for this part of the card are the white. The whisper white needs to be cut at 4 1/4 by 3 3/4, And the garden green needs to be cut at 4 3/8 by 3 7/8. And the reason I had a problem with that is because I'm using the new Stampin' Up! Tag A Bag craft bags, and they are not the same dimensions as the old craft bags that I made the sample out of. You can see that it has the little white polka dots, and they also used to sell a design that had a chevron on them, and I have some of these left over, and I just thought that they were the same size, and they're not. So there you have it, a little gift card enclosure that can be put in an envelope and sent through the mail. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the video and learned from my mistakes, and I'll be talking to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.